Hey guys, Sophia here with Turquoise Toffee, and I'm back with another video. Today we're talking about the 2023 IFBB Pro League Optimum Pro Bikini, Women's Physique, and Figure Masters results. This was a great show with some amazing athletes, absolutely gorgeous women. So in terms of Olympia, the top three from last year's Olympia are qualified automatically, and then it's the winner of each contest within the qualification period. So it's the open bikini and open women's physique. That master's figure is not part of this qualification system, and it is not second through fifth place. There's no points. There's no winning. The second place winner doesn't get to go. If the first place winner is already qualified, it is literally just the one first place winner. Okay, so here we are starting with Pro Bikini and looking at the scorecard. In first place, Sierra, second, Tamikia, third, Gina, fourth, Raquel, and fifth, Lucia. So Lucia in fifth, oh my gosh, I think she looks absolutely gorgeous. Starting with the suit, I love the turquoise. It looks so pretty on her, and her jewelry is stunning. It's a perfect match. I actually saw a close-up on Instagram, took a screenshot. Like, it really looks so beautiful. And then her hair is so pretty. It's a beautiful color, soft, wavy, like a bombshell. I just think she looks so gorgeous. Such a good look for her. Very pretty, very bikini. I just think she's gorgeous. Now, in terms of her physique, lovely. Tiny stomach, beautiful definition in her obliques, really flat midsection, the little vascularity. She's super lean. You really notice the curve on her back. That S shape is gorgeous and great detail in her hamstrings, like that lump of muscle. Beautiful. I love that the conditioning is enough to show off some lines in the back. Beautiful round delt. I just think head to toe, she's got such a gorgeous silhouette, beautiful posing, and she really nails that hourglass figure. Maybe she could raise this backhand up a little bit just to draw the eye higher and really highlight that small waist. But otherwise, I think she looks really fantastic. Next in fourth place is Raquel. Absolutely gorgeous. She's got this Hollywood vibe with her hair. It's so romantic and flowy. Beautiful curls. Great makeup. Her eyeshadow looks awesome. And the first thing I noticed on her physique were her hamstrings. That's a great shape. Nice and full. Good size on her legs. And nice definition too. So you've got a good detail right here, this line separating out the quad from the hamstring, a little bit of detail coming through on the back leg. I think her waist looks nice and tiny, nice obliques, and beautiful proportions between the size of her upper body and the size of her lower body. She's posing really well to really highlight the balance. So I think she looks really fantastic. Love the suit. I would just make sure that the hair is to the back so that we can see both of the delts. But otherwise, I think she's stunning. Okay, next in third place is Gina. Oh my gosh, she looks amazing. I love this angle. The photographer is at the perfect spot to really showcase the hourglass shape. You could see it here clearly, but in this picture, man, her waist looks so small. The delt and the glute are in perfect balance. Just a great posing. I love how curvy her back is. She's got nice size in her upper body too. So a lot of muscle in the delts. Her lats look nice and full. And what a twist. I think she's got a great pose. Beautiful detail coming down her leg. She's got the groove in her hip. Some nice detail in the back leg too, right? So she's got this nice sweep to the top of her quad with just a little bit of lines coming through to show off some of that muscularity. I love her flat stomach, love her suit. Her makeup's a little bit more subdued. She went with a lighter lip, which I think looks very pretty. It's just a different vibe than the red. The only thing that I thought Gina could have changed was her tan. I found in comparison to the other girls, she was a lot more like bright and yellowy. I think it could have been more dark and brown. But gorgeous, absolutely amazing shape. I love her S curve. Okay, next and second, Tamikia. Wow, abs are awesome. Her stomach is tiny, really lean. You can see she's got veins showing. Her delts look popping. Very, very tiny, so tight, very athletic looking, great midsection in particular. I love the obliques. I love her six-pack abs, but man, what a tiny little waist. So you really notice that curve. Beautiful glute. Again, great hamstrings. This is a very strong hamstring lineup. Great curves in her legs. Beautiful little quad sweep here. I love it. I think she looks amazing. I do think the definition could have been a bit easier to see in the legs, just to match a bit more with, how much detail we get in the abs and in the arms. But on the other hand, she's quite lean, like to the point of having a lot of vascularity, and you don't want to go overboard. So I actually don't mind that her legs have a little bit more of that like fullness to them. So overall, I think it's a really good look, but maybe just a tiny bit more, like a little bit more of that line coming down here. She's got great proportions, beautiful posing. The purple suit's lovely, and I always love curls. I think her hair is gorgeous. So maybe a tiny bit more color to the lip just to brighten things up, but otherwise, fabulous. And now in first place is Sierra, and I'm so impressed with Sierra. I love seeing her in the winner's circle. She's no longer needing to chase points. I remember watching her so closely, and now she's on top, and it's really fabulous. I love the amount of size she has in her upper body. She's got a lot of muscle in her arms, in her lats. Really beautiful. It gives her that triangular shape and really twisted, like she's wringing out, like a cloth, right? Super tiny waist, the way that she's posing. And her glutes go for miles. A lot of size and a lot of length. Beautifully lined up with her delts, so she's got nice posing. And one thing I noticed on Instagram on the video of Sierra was how well she maintains that arch the entire time she's on stage. She's really pushing it, so it looks amazing. The only thing, I'm not crazy about the tan, in that her legs to me are almost a different shade than her upper body, or perhaps it's the glossiness. Like, I don't feel that her upper body has as much sheen as her quads. So I would like to see that just a little bit more uniform all the way through, and that's it. I think she looks awesome. All right, the side by side, gorgeous. I really notice that S curve, particularly on Sierra. I notice the tiny waist and great midsection on Tamikia. Gina here with the curve. She's got great detail coming in the side of her glute. Lucia, her delts look fantastic. And Raquel, man, those legs are something else. Beautiful size, great shape. So a gorgeous top five from the front. And then from behind, just spectacular. I think everybody has really good definition in the back of their legs. You see some great tie-ins, a lot of definition in the hamstrings from everybody. Nice lines. So clearly it wasn't an issue of one girl having better conditioning than the rest, because everybody looks really good, really sharp. I think Sierra does a good job of showing that width in her back, and then the narrowing down. You really notice that triangular shape. I'm almost seeing Lucia's muscularity in her delts perhaps more than I need to. I might fluff out some of these curls a bit just to cover up some of that musculature. And then Raquel, I think maybe she could have a little bit more width or even have the hair at more of a triangular shape just to give the illusion of more of a V. Tamikia, I think her tiny waist is amazing, and I love that the hair is a little shorter so you really see it. And Gina, I think she looks really fabulous from behind. Great proportions, nice shape, but Sierra stands out just for how easy it is to see that V taper, that hourglass shape. Beautiful quad sweeps on everyone. I'm super impressed by Lucia and how much size she has on the inside of her legs. Gina has a great quad sweep on the outside. But Sierra, I think, just really kind of nails that hourglass. So very impressive. So in terms of Olympia, Sierra is qualified. Okay, pro women's physique. In first place, Elena. Second, MARIE-SOLANGE. Third, Anna. Fourth, Emilia, and fifth, Yarelis. Beautiful scorecard, nice and even across the board. Okay, so Yarelis in fifth looks fabulous. Great detail coming through in her quads. I love that little bit of feathering in the teardrops. She's got a nice sweep. She's got a nice smooth midsection. Really nice large lats and good posing. I think you got a very good look at the roundness and fullness in her delts. I think she could have a little bit more peak to the biceps, and I think overall perhaps a little bit more size in the legs. The conditioning to me is perfect. I love the amount of detail, but I think compared to some of the other girls, she could have just a little bit more fullness and roundness on the inside as well as the outside of the sweep. And I think that would create even more of a perfect balance. But I think her posing is really good. You really notice that X shape, and her suit's beautiful. So this was a great fifth place. Okay, next in fourth is Emilia. Holy smokes. So if you guys saw my recap of the Vancouver Island show, you'll remember that I was there. I saw it live. I saw her in person, and she was amazing. A really great presence on stage. Big, brawny, beautiful posing, just spectacular. And as I'm watching her show by show in the pictures, she is really getting lean. Like the conditioning is coming through like crazy. The legs here are on another level than they were at Vancouver Island. And she looked amazing at Vancouver Island. So you can see she's super lean, a lot of detail. Her waist looks so small. It's really quite stunning, the amount of detail you're getting. I do think it comes at the expense of some fullness, obviously. I think you could see a bit more roundness in the legs here, for example, than you're seeing here. So some of that size is being lost to be able to have so much conditioning. So I don't know if that is doing her a disservice or not. But I think it looks incredible. She's got amazing lines. Her abs are awesome. Her biceps look great. I think in this picture, she could maybe have a little bit more height to the delts. But she's got a great V-taper and just beautiful shape. Okay, next and third is Anna. Okay, so Anna does have a lot of fullness. She's very round, very curvy. Those legs are super full. It's like the muscles are just bursting through her skin. Just so round, absolutely gorgeous. And that little twist she has in her waist is so flattering to her midsection. Massive upper body, big lats. Perfect delts. I think the shape is so triangular. You really see that X frame. So she's got the size, she's got the roundness, she's got the fullness, she's got great symmetry, but she's not quite as conditioned as, for example, our fifth place winner. You don't get as much detail, but clearly the size and that beautiful fullness was even more important. And I think she looks amazing. Great suit. It's got a lot of detail. It's very interesting. beautiful hair and makeup, and I think her posing is lovely. Maybe a tiny bit more conditioning to show off a little bit more of the detail in the legs, but overall I think she looks awesome. Okay, next, MARIE-SOLANGE. Oh, wow. She looks so good, even better than at Pittsburgh. I think her waist looks smaller, her legs look tighter. There's a little more detail coming through. Like, for example, you can see the quad here. This line is really sharp, whereas you don't quite see it as well here. I think her lats have a beautiful shape. Her biceps are really impressive. I love the delt on this, how highlighted it is on this upper shoulder. Absolutely gorgeous. I think her conditioning is perfect. It really flatters her shape. She hasn't sacrificed a lot of size, but she has really increased the tightness, and wow, what a difference. I also just love the glasses and the smile. To me, she was very intense and fiery at Pittsburgh. And here, the suit's a little bit more colorful. The smile, the glasses, there's a more playfulness from her whole vibe. And it's very appealing. I think she looks lovely. Great V-taper, great shape, great conditioning, and good size. So I think she really did a fabulous job. All right, and now in first place, Elena. Holy moly. So she kind of gets all of the boxes. She has insane conditioning. So check out those legs. Wow. Details, lines, striations, vascularity, like holy Dinah. A lot of conditioning, super lean. She also has size. There is a lot of muscle in her inner thigh. The quads are massive on the outside. Her lats are really wide, big delts, big arms. Her posing this is a more basic, less showy pose. I like when they have the leg more out to the side and the hands up, but I didn't have a picture of that one. But she's very symmetric. She's very V-tapered. And she just looks so strong and steady and solid. Her abs are amazing. Great suit. It's good colors. I do wish that it came up a little higher. Well, maybe not higher. The height here is fine, but maybe if it dipped down a little lower, just to create a bit more of a scoop shape and elongate the abs and highlight the narrowness of the waist. But man, I think she looks amazing, and the lineup is so impressive. So here's everyone side by side. I am taken by Anna. I think her lat spread is next level. She has so much size, and her V-taper is undeniable. Really fabulous. Then Amelia, I notice the definition in her legs. Great abs, but doesn't quite compare in the V-taper to either woman beside her. MARIE-SOLANGE to me looks really good. I think her X frame is clearly visible. Her waist is the smallest. Beautiful definition, great size. Like, I think she looks amazing. Elena beside her, awesome size, good detail, beautiful upper body, and massive arms. Her arms are super muscular. And then Eurelis, wow, this is a great pose for her. She looks very X-framed. It's definitely highlighting the roundness in her legs, the balance with her very wide lats. She looks awesome. And then from behind, holy, Elena's glutes are so lean. Wow. Striations, really cut, really chiseled out shape. It's amazing. A lot of size, a lot of detail coming through on her back. I think Eurelis could have had just a little bit more detail coming through. She looks nice and full and a great shape. MARIE-SOLANGE, man, I am loving how tiny her waist is in that V-taper. I think she looks really good. Maybe in this back pose, a little bit more definition coming through in the back of her legs and her glutes, just to be a tiny bit more comparable to the ladies on either side. But I think her shape is really spectacular. Amelia, Holy smokes. I don't think her V-taper is coming through so well. So the glutes to me are more, I don't want to say, well, I'm noticing the glutes and the shape of her lower body more than I'm noticing the V-taper. So I think that needs to just be adjusted a little bit. And then Anna looks amazing. Great shape. Just a little bit more detail to come through. And I think she would have been even better. So, wow. What a top 5. So now Elena is qualified. Okay, so Masters figure 35 plus. In first place, Ashley. Second, Christina. And third, Kate. So here's Kate in third place. I adore her shoulders. Her delts are amazing. So much height, so much size, very beautiful round shape. I love that her hair is up so you see them completely unobstructed. She's got a great V-taper, beautiful proportions. I think she's got a good sweep. I do think she needed a little bit more conditioning to show the abs a little bit more outlining of the delts. Little bit more sharpness coming through in the legs, but I think her size and her shape is really good. Great V-taper and beautiful fit of her suit. Like, she just looks awesome. Okay, next in second place is Christina. Okay, so she really nailed the conditioning, but I think she could have more size. So kind of the opposite of our third place winner. So her conditioning is phenomenal. A lot of detail coming through on her legs. Really beautiful. Great abs. Amazing detail coming through in her arms. But she just doesn't quite have that same fullness and size like we saw in our third place winner. So a little bit more delt, a little bit wider in the lats, I think, just to kind of fill in this space. Her abs are perfect. Midsection is amazing. Great legs, but I do think she could have a bit more size to the inside, a little more curve. And maybe even by having the toes turned out, it might bring that space closer together, if not have the legs touching, and highlight the sweep a little bit more. So I think she looks amazing. She really, really nailed the conditioning. And now in first place is Ashley. So she kind of gets the best of both. She's got great size, good fullness, and the conditioning. So you've got an amazing amount of detail coming through on her legs. Her waist is nice and small. And then the V-taper is undeniable. Big lats, big delts, really good lines, right? My eye is drawn from the corner right down to her belly button and then right back out. So she's got a great silhouette, just the right amount of detail coming through. I wouldn't mind a little bit more of the abs to show, but it could just be in the one photo, right? Because you can see that there's definitely six-pack. Symmetry-wise, I'm kind of noticing this delt looks a little like there's more size on the side than this one, but it could just be that the pose isn't quite there in this photo. I think she looks awesome. Okay, so side by side, you really notice how Ashley has a very visible V-taper, great smooth lines, and nice detail in her legs. Her legs are the biggest with the most definition coming through. Kate could have maybe even a little bit more curve to this bottom part of her quad and definitely more detail. And then Christina's got the detail but just needs a little bit more size when you look at Ashley beside her. Beautiful delts on Kate. I really love them. Well, it's a gorgeous top 3. And then from behind, I think Ashley's lower body really looks fabulous. She's got great tie-ins, good definition in her adductors and her hamstrings. I think Kate could have had a little bit more detail coming through. And then the 3D, the fullness in her back looks awesome, as well as the shape. You notice that tiny waist and the really wide, flared, curved lats. So beautiful. Okay, so that concludes my recap. There's one more this weekend, the Clash, and then June is, wow, starting with a bang. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 shows the first weekend of June. So make sure you subscribe. I will be back with recaps of all of those shows as soon as I can. Give me a like if you like this video, comment below your thoughts, and come find me. I'm at turquoisetoffee.wordpress.com and of course on Instagram at turquoisetoffee.